Hello everyone, this is Sumit Singh and welcome back to Sumit Crypto. We are going to take a look at the Bitcoin charts now, that is the weekly charts, and try to understand what exactly is going on here. So, why it is important that we have to look at the technical way of understanding the crypto markets. I mean, we have a lot of things going on around how the liquidity affects the cryptocurrencies. The market cycle does the same thing. But as a technical analyst in different markets, I think it's important to understand cryptocurrency and Bitcoin specifically in thinking about why this is important and why we think of cryptocurrency as an asset class which has to undergo through the charting. Now, this is the Bitcoin weekly chart, and we'll try to understand what's going on in the market, what happened in the past, and what we can expect coming up in the future. So, that is going to be our motive here. So, let's plot the levels here, which is going to be very important here. So, just keep it very close to your analysis that these levels will play a big part here. So we understand that the resistance of 120 to 125,000 dollars is going to be important. Bitcoin was rejected here 3 times, and then it went down. So this is the most crucial, the most important resistance here. And the second resistance would be the under 107,000 dollars level, which it took as a resistance over here, and then it became a support over here, then it broke down from here. So that is going to be the second most important level. In terms of support, the level of $75,000 would become the level where it has been resistance for a good long time, and then when it came down, it became a support. So keep an eye on this level. It is specifically a level, what I say is 76 to 73,000 dollars. The last one, the most important one, would be a level which was the top of 2021 market, which is 60 to 69,000 dollars. And if the Bitcoin has to come down, it has to come down to the level where it has to find a base. That is definitely going to be a case wherein it can become a good support and demand zone for Bitcoin. And I'll tell you why this is going to happen with other studies as well. So that is one of the things. Now let us plot something what we call moving averages, because that has also played a very big part here. This is the 200 simple moving average in the weekly chart, and this is the 50 moving average on the weekly chart. Now, if you know that the market topped out during the 2022 fiasco of FTX, and then since the time it has gone up, it has taken support on 50 moving average and has been doing it for 1, 2, 3 instances, and then it broke down from here. Right now, this has become a very important factor in terms of understanding how the market will work going forward, because it has broken this level, this moving average, which has been important. So even with that, the 50 SMA was broken. There's something else happened, which was a breaking of trend line here. It was broken before. It started in the bottom, supported 1 2 3 times, and it was broken before it was broken the 20 moving average. So that was the first indication that the whole trend was weakening. There was I mean, it was not even touching the highs of the this trend line over here and here, and it was like very shallow. So that becomes one indication that the trend is getting weakening here. Something was happening. I mean, as a chartist, we understand this is what we have to look at once we start to see the markets. So that becomes the second indicator that what is happening, and so we understand that if the market has to go down, if the trend is weakening and has to crash, then this will become very important. We'll come to that. This is going to be important thing, but we have to discuss because we don't know whether it is a breakdown of the bull market or not. So we have to look at some other evidences, and zigzag, what we call the what do you call the Dow theory says that the market has to make higher high and higher low, higher high, your high highs and highest lows, and lower highs and lower lows before we say that bull market is done. Now, why this level is important is because over here, the closure of 78379, we don't want these prices to come down and close below this level. If that is done, then Dow theory says then the bear market has started. Now, while that is happening, we have to see that it is not very far from this level, but we are not close to that as well. If market has to rally and do something else going up, then that is no problem. But if the market keep it down, then probably this level becomes very important, and we don't want to see this is going down in terms of breaking it and going even further down. So just keep that in your mind that this is very important level, and classical Dow theory says that this should not be breached. Okay. Now let's project this thing, this whole moving averages to understand what is going on in the market. This is 200 moving average into weekly terms, and this is the 50 moving average in the weekly term. Now, what we can expect here in a bullish case, and why I say bullish case, there is a reason here. Let's go to the Fibonacci level here. This is the swing that you have seen from 74 to 125,000. Now it has breached 50%, it has breached 61%, and it is now taking about 76.8. Now 78.6, sorry. So why this is important? Sometimes a prevailing trend takes support at a level wherein the institutional buyers try to sweep in the stop losses and over leveraged traders. Most probably we try to see 50 and 61 as a crucial level in Fibonacci. That is true, but in extreme cases, and especially in too much of volatile stocks, asset class like cryptocurrencies, 78.6 level also prevails, and here we can see that it can become a crucial level. Now, if that has to happen, in that case, Bitcoin is actually taking support here. It is a bullish sign. I mean, this could be a bullish sign. We can think about it as a last solace before it is actually cracked down, right? So let's take a scenario here. What can happen if that is the case here? If that is the case, then probably we can jump to 50 SMA, again take support somewhere here 91,000 and try to break out from here. That is a bullish way of thinking about what is happening, what way may happen. You know, I mean, I'll talk about the probabilities here, but it doesn't have a good chance because of the breach of many trends here. But let's be optimistic. Probably this could be one of the cases here. The second probability could be something like it could head back to the 50 SMA, go back again here or somewhere here on the last, what do you call, the Dow theory level, and probably it will jump back again. So that could be one of the reasons, like one of those scenarios where it can exhibit some kind of bullishness. I mean, we have trading is all about understanding the possibilities that can happen here. Now, talking about the bearish thing, I mean, of course, there's a strong possibility after what is happening here that market, I mean, that can happen, that probably market can just head back to it will take a dead cat bounce towards the 50 SMA and head back to this level somewhere here and head back to 200 SMA. Now, I'll talk about this thing as well, why it is important. But this is one of the most important thing, because 200 SMA on a weekly basis offers something which is unprecedented, because most of the bottoms that you have seen, like if you look at what has happened in the past, we have taken support in 2000. We have taken support in 16. We have taken support in 19. Again during the COVID crash, 19. Again back in 2022, 23. It wasn't exactly a support, but because of FTX, the fear was like too much exaggerated, and it came back and bounced back again. So our base case is the market will come down to the level wherein it will meet the 200 SMA and also the level of 2021 top, which is between 60,000 to 69,000. And that would be an optimum time and great risk reward ratio for the traders to see and build not only trading positions but hodling positions as well. So these are the 3-4 scenarios which I can think about, and I think this is a good chance for us to understand how the market can work. Taking a bearish case, that bar patterns that we have seen, this could be a possibility that we can see. It can come down. It has been hovering around this level, go up, touch 50 SMA, could do it again or not, and probably take a support again at this 75,000 level, make a what do you call, head and shoulder pattern. Head and shoulder pattern suggests it has to go down a long way, but I'll not discuss it because most of the patterns in long-term charts do not work. And then probably it can take support here, or I mean, at least at this point of time I can say it should take support at 60,000, should not go further beyond that. But yeah, that could be the last thing we can think about. So that is the base case here. I think this is what it encapsulates in it what is supposed to happen. Markets can take a certain move. I mean, bullish people would like to think of it as some kind of every bounce could be back to the bullish case of attaining the all-time high and going to higher kind of levels. But I don't see it happening because of what has been a breach of structure here. I mean, there is a lot of claim Bitcoin has to do before we can think about making it back to all-time high and achieving a members target of 200,000, 300,000. So I think this is what the chart is saying. These are the probabilities. I think the probabilities are still suggesting that it has to be bearish case. Bullish case either has to come up with something which has to do with some announcement or news, because the factors like liquidity or rate cut is almost factored in. I don't see that is going to be taken care of with. I mean, the charts are much more ahead with their understanding of what is the market doing rather than waiting for the announcement to make. But yeah, this is what the things are right now. I think in the next video I'll talk about the daily charts and see what we can expect in next week or 2 week, how it is faring up, because you always can have a bounce back to a certain level. For the traders, it is important that we can ride the bounce, or we can short the bounce, or whatever. That is up to your strategies and risk management. But yeah, this is what my understanding of the market is. So if you think this is helpful, keep following us, and I'll see you next in the next video. Thank you.